Glass, get their address, because Strand Communication, there was another call coming in. Too late, line 8, sorry about that.
Yeah. We'll patch them through, let them say hello.
I like Sarah Palin. I think, she reminds me of, people I'm related to and stuff,
too.
Like...
I don't want to run in my country.
Right. I don't know if she's qualified to be running the country.
No.
I'm not terribly sure that she's qualified to have run the state of Alaska.
Yeah.
But same thing with Christine O'Donnell. It was just brutal watching. Every time she opened her mouth, I'm like, it's like nails on the chalkboard kind of thing. And
they slaughter. It was slaughter. It was really sad.
On the other hand, Sharon Angle in Nevada, I didn't see the debate yet. I only watched the Delaware one, but I heard...
I watched part of it.
That she shredded.
Is behind him.
That's what I heard.
Bad.
That's what I heard. I didn't see it yet, though.
I'm not. After her little, her little thing with the fake city in Texas, I'm not really big on supporting her because most of her platform up until the night of the debate was, I'm not Harry. That was the only thing that I really could hear from her as far as issues. But she really did. She gave him, she grabbed him by the throat and she smacked him across the head like repetitively is what happened.
I was on the phone. Did you guys mention the part where an audience member asked her, what recent decision by the Supreme Court are you most upset about? And
yeah, that was the Christine O'Donnell thing. Yeah, it was. She was like, well, Roe versus Wade. I think
she didn't. She didn't even. She goes, well, give me one specifically, and I'll tell you what I think. And the audience member was like, no, that's what I was asking you.
For you to give me.
She really did not do herself any favors.
Isn't it the same exact question they caught Sarah Palin with her pants down?
No, the one that got Sarah Palin was name a publication that you read regularly. Everybody's looking at me like what I'm saying. It's the truth.
Or when she thought
you think a conservative would just be like the Drudge Report off the top of your head, just like instantly throw the Drudge Report out there, but she couldn't even do that. But
for liberty.
I wish I could remember. We should have gotten some of the audio of the Christine O'Donnell debate because it was brutal. And then, like I said, on the other hand, you had Sharon Angle. I'm looking forward to seeing the Rand Paul debate out in Kentucky.
That should be interesting.
You're not a huge fan of Rand, are you?
Not really. I like his father. I think his father is the man, but I think Rand is a little neocon for my taste.
Yeah, I think you've got to be in Kentucky, though. I think it's a lot easier for his father to get away with it in Texas.
I used to live there. I lived in right outside of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, on a dairy for about a year and a half. And yeah, you're right. You do need to be kind of neoconservative in certain areas. The same thing with East Tennessee. If you're not a hardcore, hardline conservative, you're not winning. Yeah. End of story.
It's tough in the South.
Yeah, it's tough in the South. We don't like those liberals around here.
There really aren't too many, Gary Johnsons or Ron Pauls out there, though. Well,
there's a lot of them as civilians, but there's really
not as politicians. No. You've got people that are kind of close, like a Steve King. I don't agree with Congressman King on everything, but I think for the most part, he's believes in freedom. And
even Alan Grayson has a little bit of Ron Paul and a little bit of Gary Johnson in him with his opinions on the Federal Reserve, but that still makes him a schmuck.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure that he even buys that kind of. I don't know. Maybe he does.
He says that he does. He says he's hard on the.
Yeah, he also said he was against the Patriot Act too.
And didn't. Yeah, I haven't heard a peep out of him since he got elected on that one either.
I've really come around on the whole Dan Webster thing. I really didn't want to vote for him. I was looking for any reason to vote for someone else.
If there's anybody that we've absolutely got to defeat on November 2nd, it's Alan Grayson.
I know. I've come around to that. And, when I look at how much of the Tea Party's agenda can we move in Washington, D.C. if we elect, Grayson or Webster? Obviously, Webster's not perfect, but he'll move a little further down that line. And, Grayson's just such a
douche.
Well, I emailed you.
Can we say douche?
No, you can't. I emailed you this week. The Orlando Sentinel editorial board actually has endorsed Dan Webster.
I wish I could read what the subject line was in that email from you, but I can't. But yeah, my jaw hit the floor. I mean, I assumed they were going to endorse Grayson. It never even crossed my mind that the Sentinel would endorse. Who they endorsed in 24, or did they not do that one yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
Where is Sandy Adams? Does anyone know? We've got to find Sandy Adams.
Cricket for real.
Cricket.
Well, I saw her I told you, I saw her debate Susan Cosmos.
Somebody has seen her.
I saw her debate Susan Cosmos this morning on television, and cricket. I mean, literally, like, it was very, very lame.
I love the Cosmos ad
you
that's
know.
like, Sandy Adams wants to repeal the 16th and 17th Amendment. Like,
Joe just mentioned to me that we've actually got sample ballots and voter guides on our website at 660worl.com.
That is good to know.
Have those up on the fan page.
Yeah, and we'll get those up on our website. Oh, the iPhone app. If you've got an iPhone, you can listen to 660 WORL.
No sample ballots, just voter guides.
Just voter guides. You can listen to 660 on your iPhone. There's an app. You go to the App Store and download it, and you can bring this nonsense with you everywhere. It's free.
Yes!
Completely free. You can listen to all sorts of right-wing extremism every weekend.
Yes.
As always, we're very grateful to God for giving us the opportunity to be here every week. We're very grateful to WORL for having us. It's going to be a long 7 days. Scott Plakin says they endorsed Cosmos, the Sentinel. What does that say about Webster? Anyway, but go out and vote for Dan Webster. Early voting starts Monday. And we'll be back next Saturday at 4 o'clock. We'll see you then.
See you next week.
The statements and opinions expressed on the preceding program are not necessarily those of Salem Communications, its staff, or management.